Good evening. So let me do a price breakdown for 25th March Wednesday. And then how I executed the trade. So I was having in mind that for every month there should be one weekly CRT. For every week there should be a one daily CRT, and then also in every day there should be a valid 4-hour CRT. So I was having that in mind, and when we took this 3 months low, this low, 3 months low, I was looking for a pullback, of which it happened on the daily. So after this low was taken, after the 3 months low was taken, then we had a pullback. So this the draws on liquidity are this weekly low, right? This weekly CRT low, and then we also have a 1 month CRT low. This one is also a draw on liquidity that I'm expecting price to reach. So the reason why I knew price was going to go back here was that we first of all had to form a CRT, since from the opening of March we haven't had any CRT yet. So this is a high probability CRT that I'm looking forward to for it to pan out. And then I was looking for this daily range to be rebalanced, that is for price to tag into, to displace into this fair value gap. However, I'm not sure price is going to do that, because we have this series of candle that purged this high and then this high, right? And then one thing is that when it comes to case of death, that is the last total soup that happens before a major draw on liquidity is reached. It's not necessarily that price should rebalance the dealing range, right? And then so this is our order block, and then when we had a closed below it, then we have formed this range, right? And then there's a page, and then I'm taking this as my CRT. And I think for me, the high of the week has already been formed, because we had this 4-hour SMT. We had this 4-hour SMT with GU. So over here, this SMT, right? This SMT with GU. So to me, I think the high of the week has already been formed, and then it is likely that we are going to have lower prices throughout. So maybe tomorrow it's going to be something like this, be a bounce back retracement, and then it drops lower like this. So I think that is what I'm expecting to see for tomorrow, right? So when it comes to today, I'm sure there are people who took this as their CRT, but that is valid. For me, I wasn't having any key level, though this is another block which was tested, and maybe I was expecting a CRT to happen. That is, this I was expecting this high to be paged, but it didn't page the high, and people took this as their CRT. But I went on the 4-hour time frame, and as I saw this SMT with GU, then actually, like, I was anticipating higher prices for this daily range to be balanced, but then since this is a KOD, there's no need for it to be rebalanced, right? And then so when we had this SMT, these candles are what, two consecutive candles which purge this high. So these are our order block, and initially price has closed below the first candle, so we are taking this initial candle as our order block, right? And then I was expecting that when we form initially, like as I said, I was expecting high prices, so I initially took a buy here, taking this 1-2 consecutive candles as what my order block. And when price closed below, and then there was this CRT, I was looking for higher prices. But after another consideration and getting to know of this SMT with GU, and knowing that price does not necessarily has to rebalance the dealing range, since we are in a KOD sequence, right? So after we had this, I was looking for this high to be purged so that I can enter my trade, but I realized that EU, this one, so this, I was expecting this 1 a.m. candle to be purged. However, I realized GU had purged this what high, and then it had already given a change in state of delivery. So let me show where it happened. So this GU purged this high, but EU didn't purge this high, and there was already a change in state of delivery here, so I could trust that these highs were not going to be purged. So when we had this liquidity sweep here, over here, let me note it coming, emojis, yes. So over here, then I took these two candles as my order block, and then since price had closed below this candle, I took just this candle as my order block, right? And then I took a sell off here, it's here, and then my stop loss above this candle, which is the order block, right? And then I targeted 3R just here. I targeted 3R, and then that is how I was able to get I took my entry here. So that is how I was able to get 3R for the day. So as I said earlier, we having this moment, we having this SMT here, I think it confirms that the high of the week has already been formed, and I don't expect any higher prices anymore. So from tomorrow onwards, I'll be looking for lower prices, and the draw on liquidity will still be this weekly CRT low, right? This weekly CRT low. So guys, stay safe and then enjoy the rest of the trading week.